If you have a Honda Civic with the factory navigation, you're going to find that you cannot set the iMID display time after you replace the head unit. So previously you would go into this factory head unit and go through some screens, and you would set the clock time through it, but it's in a cardboard box now, so it's not of any use to you. So what we're going to do is go to the home. Again, the time is wrong. It's got GPS time on here. It's really accurate, but the GPS is no longer hooked up to this. So what you need to do is actually disconnect the battery right around 1 p.m. and then you're going to connect the battery right at 1 o'clock, and that's going to synchronize your time. So we just hop out. It just takes a 10 millimeter wrench to disconnect this. Don't hit the wrench against the chassis of the vehicle, because you're going to get a big spark. And if you're really unlucky, the battery could explode. So you don't want that to happen. So you could disconnect the negative first, actually, would be the more preferable way of doing that. So I got a bit of corrosion growing on the battery here. So I'm going to clean these up and spray them so that stops. So we'll be back in a couple of minutes with things cleaned up, and we'll try to synchronize the time. So for the last part, you'll just need to have an accurate time reference. I'm just using my cell phone. So I cleaned up the battery terminals. I've got the battery cleaner, which neutralizes the acid. And then after it's put back on, we will spray it with this protector. Unfortunately, if you want to keep your clock up to date, you'll have to do this twice a year with where I'm at anyway, this daylight savings time. So we've got just about 10 seconds here. As soon as you place these down, they're going to start conducting electricity. So drop this one on here and drop on the negative, and we should have been pretty much on time there. Again, you should do it so that you're not touching the positive terminal when the negative is connected. You could put a rubber blanket down here to prevent yourself from shorting out. This is not really the best way of doing this. It doesn't need to be super tight. It just needs to not wiggle. And then this one's a little bit different. You can get it close by hand. And if you ever have a no start with your vehicle, the first thing I would do is check to see if you got dirty battery terminals, because if you give them a wiggle, you might be able to start up the vehicle. If you do have problems starting and you need a new battery, I would recommend probably going to Costco. Some of their batteries have really good warranties. So I found that with the original battery, they weren't very good in these Hondas. They failed pretty quick. And then even the second battery, I think it only lasted like 4 years. So if you can get a battery with a 5-year warranty, you might get batteries for life for free from Costco. So let's go see how things turned out. Power's certainly back on. So it's 101 there. So it's basically whenever you connect the battery, it turns on to 1 o'clock. Interesting. This thing is starting up like it's brand new, which is a surprise. It wasn't responding to the... Alright, now it's responding to the button controls. It took a second. So 102 here, 102 there. So it's success. And you'll also see that the calendar is gone, because the calendar was actually stored in the memory, and it stopped the day that we removed this head unit. So you won't have a calendar that's stopped in time anymore. You just have the actual hours and minutes, and that's it. So that problem goes away. Would I install one of these radios? Like this Kenwood was pretty expensive. This is a Kenwood Exelon, and it has the HD audio or HD radio, which basically just tells you a little bit more about the radio stations. I would say where I live, there's no HD radio, so maybe one day radio stations will upgrade their equipment, but they may not. I'm very happy with the way the Android audio or auto works. If you have like 4 or 5 phones in the vehicle and you press Android Auto to get it started, you can pick which phone you want to be the boss of the head unit, and that's pretty cool. We'll take a look at another option in a second, but if you have one of these Honda Civics with the base navigation installed in it, like from the factory, if it's a touring car or if it's like an EXL Navi in the US, then you're kind of stuck with going this route, because if you buy an Android aftermarket radio from Amazon or something, the wiring harnesses are different between these radios and then the little radios that came in most of the cars. So unfortunately with the Honda Civic, you've actually shot yourself in the foot by buying a factory navigation car, because I think that they're all pretty much the same, right? Other than like this has a little bit different temperature controls, but honestly not really worth it, because like a lot of the times you just turn the heat on to maximum and try and get as much heat or cooling as you can. You don't really want a thermostat managing it. I think they mostly had the sunroofs in all of the models, if that's right. So this truck here, I picked up a different radio for it, and instead of having the iData Maestro system in it, this is like $100 Android unit, and they're all like 9-inch radios with a different bezel, and it has something like the Maestro. So if you have a base model Honda, I would go this route. So basically this simple soft box does the same thing as the iData Maestro. It actually coordinates the CAN bus messages, and you need that in this truck because part of the HVAC system is built into the radio. Just like in the Honda, some of the controls are built into the radio, and they never even dealt with the one important thing, which was setting the clock. So this one, it's essentially plug and play. It's not nearly as much work, but with the navigation vehicles, like I said, the touring car in Canada, I don't think the US got these. They're kind of a weird car, as they don't have tire pressure monitors in them, and there's a few different oddities about these cars, but ultimately they came with like nicer wheels and stuff. But this is how you set your clock if it gets out of sync with your head unit. So hopefully you found that useful, and thank you for watching. Just a quick update that the key fob on this vehicle actually stopped working briefly after doing the work. So I don't know exactly what happened, but it did relearn itself after using the key a few times in the doors, and it came back. So don't be surprised if that happens, but it will start working again. Just wanted to add that in case you run into the same problem. Thank you.